Hello and welcome to Solved, another video in which Laura and I are going to be solving an escape room puzzle box. So this week it is this, Exit the Game, the Professor's Last Riddle. I'm Dr Gareth Moore and I'm a puzzle and brain training author, but as I've just suggested in this video, I'm not going to be writing any puzzles, we're going to be solving these, aren't we, Laura?
We absolutely are, and we're very excited about this one because it's just come out.
Yes, actually this is brand new.
Yeah.
It's one of a few games that Exit are releasing in English in 2023. There's their first Exit Junior game is coming out. Which
we're going to solve anyway, I think, even though we are not junior, as you can possibly tell from our faces and voices.
But yeah, it'd be a bit of a shame if we get stuck on that when it eventually comes out. But
we do write children's puzzle books as well, so it'd be interesting to see how children's puzzle escape room games are made.
Yes, but this is not for children, let's clarify.
This
is for professors, such as me.
I'm not a professor.
And, well, there we go. Let's have a look in the box.
Right.
So, what's inside?
The Professor's Last Riddle.
They're fastened together with a strip. Look at that.
Ooh, what excitement.
Why is there a strip?
I don't know.
Because there's a map.
Oh, we've got bits together.
Yeah, well, maybe I should have kept these together.
Oh my goodness.
Sightseeing book. We're probably not meant to look through the stuff yet.
Probably not. But there is a sign that says stop right underneath what we just pulled out.
Oh, right.
So maybe that's the bit we're meant to stop at.
Stop!
Do not open this envelope until the game tells you to.
Okay.
Interesting. So we're allowed to... Okay, so
we're allowed to...
A lot of
paraphernalia in this box, isn't there?
And I love a bit of...
famous decoder wheels.
Yeah, I love those.
Oh,
hello there.
Discover the world.
Discover the world. Don't mind if we do.
What Exit call mysterious objects? No, do they call them mysterious objects?
They call them strange
objects. I knew that was wrong as I said it.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens to us all.
So you thought there was a balloon in here because on the front it has a warning. Children under 8 years old can choke or suffocate on inflated or broken balloons. I mean, to be fair, I think children of any age, including adults, can choke and suffocate on balloons.
That's true.
Right, and we've got a deck of cards. So, yeah, we'll open that in a moment. And then, look, clearly, the inlay of the box.
I love that.
Has something to do with the game. They've not even tried to disguise that. I mean,
no,
why should they?
because I think most of the time we've had sort of the final puzzle is usually to be involved.
Nothing underneath.
I might not have been told to look at that yet, but usually the final puzzle is to do with the box, or we've broken out bits of the box to use them for stuff.
Yes.
So very interesting. Okay, lots of bits to look at here.
Right, so let's start.
Shall we start by reading the first page-ish or so?
Of the Professor's Last Riddle.
What does it tell us?
What's the game about, Laura?
What is the game about? Well, I'll tell you, Gareth.
Thank you. It's very kind.
It's as follows. Diana Brixton, a colleague of esteemed Professor Ian Jonason, instinctively went quite Scandi there, has asked you to meet with her. You were among his most trusted students, having once rushed to his aid to free him from an ancient temple.
Well, that was good of you.
I know. Sadly, the renowned archaeologist has passed away, leaving behind, well, nobody is quite sure, actually.
Oh, dear. Thank you all for coming. As you all know, the Professor was a very mysterious individual. Brilliant, adventurous and cunning. Ian loved a good mystery and a very silly voice. Or maybe not. And as such, communicated his most important information in riddles, ensuring that they could only be deciphered by those whom he regarded as worthy. I think the details of his estate, what I believe to be an extremely valuable treasure, are sealed within his safe. And of course, it appears we will need to solve his riddles in order to unlock the safe. Inside this envelope labelled My Last Riddle. Is it this one?
I don't know. It says, I found a peculiar disc later.
Maybe not.
And the instructions to examine the postcards from his most recent trip around the world.
Oh, so I think this is the envelope.
Maybe this is the envelope.
This is the envelope.
It looks like a box, but it's actually an envelope.
Yeah. I found a peculiar disc, a map, and instructions to examine the postcards from his most recent trip around the world.
Fun. This is why I've gathered you here. I, unfortunately, have never been patient enough to make much headway with his riddles, and therefore I'm counting on your shrewd resourcefulness to help me decipher the Professor's riddles so that we can open the safe and discover his most valued treasure of all, which could be friendship.
Wow.
That's a really long sentence.
This is a long bit. And this bit at the top just tells us not to cheat and look ahead.
Yeah, don't cheat. So is this... Okay.
We'll assume these are standard Exit the Game instructions. So we'll talk about how Exit the Game works as we go.
As we saw.
And somewhere at the back it usually tells you how to start the game. What are you waiting for? Start the stopwatch note. And take a look at the Professor's first clues. Starting now, you are allowed to look at the world map and the 6 postcards and begin solving riddles. Okay.
Great.
So we have a deck of cards, and inside here there are riddle cards, which we will unveil or reveal in English as we go through the game, and they will progress the story and give us puzzles. And then there are answer cards, which we use to check our answers as we go, and they interact with the decoder disc that we'll come to when it's appropriate. And there are a bunch of help and hint cards, which give you solutions and help you if you get stuck. And usually we don't need those, but sometimes we do.
Sometimes I feel like there's usually one puzzle where we go, we're stuck, and then we're pretty all right.
Yeah, in most exit the games, there's usually one puzzle where I get stuck. Right, should we have a look at those resources we can have then?
Have a look, yeah.
So we're
not allowed to look at the envelope yet. We can have a look at the map and some postcards, I think.
Okay.
These look like postcards.
They do, don't they? Let's move all this out of the way.
Let's have a look at the map first.
Okay. So, we can take riddle card J, because every time you see a riddle card, really, you only see it at the start of the game normally.
Yeah. Gives you somewhere to start.
They give you somewhere to start.
Okay.
Right, and the map, it was stuff on the back. Let's have a quick look at the back, because it's simpler. It says everything is green on the blue planet, and there are numbers.
There are.
Which go up to...
They go in a random order.
Yes, around the edge outside. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if these fit quite well with the decoder disc.
Interesting.
So clearly there's going to be a puzzle here involving that. Maybe, since this is a world.
Oh yeah, look, that fits
perhaps they go
beautifully,
together.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Discover the world. Oh look, there's little things to point at.
Yeah.
So that's going to come in somewhere. And then on the other side is a map of the world. Wow.
How pleasing. And we've got lots of different cities across the world and some dotted routes between them, I would imagine. And some flags and some little symbols.
Yes, there's something associated with each city, isn't there? Like Tokyo is a cherry blossom and Beijing is the Great Wall of China.
Lovely.
So yes, maybe that'll be relevant with routes between them.
Yeah, I like that.
And then let's riddle card J. Let's take that, and then also we can then look at those postcards as well.
Oh yeah, what fun.
And that's small.
Text.
Right, Miss Brixton. Who's Miss Brixton?
She is the lady who introduced us. No, she called it. She said that she had no time for riddles.
Yes, Diana Brixton.
What have you? There
There's
you go.
no time for riddles, despite the fact that she thinks they're going to give her a fortune.
Yeah.
Typical result
Vested
there.
interest. Right. Miss Brixton leads you to her partner's safe.
Ooh.
His will is inside here. I would be very grateful if you could open the safe for me. To this day, I still don't know the combination. Ian always had a way of making a secret out of everything. I wonder why. Did you see this cryptic...
Singed?
It should be signed, I presume.
Unless it's singed.
Singed. It could be.
Could be a singed.
Is it singed? Could be a singed note.
It could
Seems to be riddle card N either way. Did you see this cryptic singed note stuck to the safe door?
It might be signed though, right?
I can't make heads or tails of any of this. If I didn't miss him so much, I'd be cursing his memory. Now, can you help me? What do you see? You pause for a moment and reach for the note on the door, which is riddle card N.
Yeah, so having said that, you probably wouldn't see another picture again.
Yeah, there it is.
By the way, there's only 3 options, only 1,000 options. How long would it really take her to crack the safe? Right, still haven't looked at the postcards, but here it is N.
There it is.
It doesn't look singed to me.
Striking.
Oh no, it is singed. It is singed.
It is singed.
It is singed.
It is singed.
And that looks like it's been singed into a shape, but maybe
yeah, and they look a bit like symbols that sort of represent different cities.
Yes,
possibly.
Definitely, they are clearly a lizard of some sort, a New York taxi, and then a pagoda, which is meant to be Japanese. Striking and mysterious pictures, and look, the S and the T are both capitalised.
You got stamp there.
Yeah, S-T-A-M-P. So stamp. So we are clearly looking for 3 values depending on that. But let's take a step back.
Okay.
And to solve the moon puzzle and have a look back at the postcards that we haven't
and when we say have a look back at them, we haven't even looked forward at them yet.
Are they fast? So how are they arranged? Are they fastened together?
Yeah.
Let's separate them.
Right, so we've had a quick look through the postcards, and here are some of the things that we've observed. So on the front of the London, we've got a map of the London Underground, which we know quite intimately because we did a book for TfL. So if you want to check that out, you can find out all sorts of vintage maps on there.
TfL is Transport for London, and they run the London Underground with all the public transport services in London.
So, that doesn't look too out of place. It doesn't look like the actual London Underground map, but there doesn't look to be anything that's sticking out on there. And on the back, we have some text that just says, I haven't found my jewel. He seems to be looking for his jewel.
And there's a stamp for London with a post box on it.
And it's green.
A phone box even on it.
Phone box, and it's green, which might be interesting. We've got a sightseeing postcard, which we don't actually necessarily know where that's from, do we? But we've got various different ice creams that are pointing in different directions. Lots of nice...
tangram-like shapes.
Yeah, geometric lines. So we think we might be folding that later on because we've got some ice creams maybe to match up here. Still searching for my jewel, and that seems to be from a mysterious location. That just
it's smudged out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So hard to know where that's from. We've got the Galapagos Islands, which we've got some little icons here. We've got a seahorse and a crab and a starfish, and some of those are different colours. We've got a dolphin as well, and little
fish.
What kind of fish is that, would you say?
Angelfish.
An angelfish. How lovely. So we've got some little icons there, but we don't know what they're for. Greetings from the Galapagos Islands. There seems to be some consternation about his bank account being frozen, so I'm sure that will...
And a stamp of a Komodo dragon, I think.
Maybe an iguana.
Or maybe an iguana.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we've got Diana's address, seems to be the same on each of these. Then we have what we think are...
Well, the water lilies, clearly.
They are water lilies.
And these are that's Chinese or Japanese numbers. It could be either 1, 2, 3, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know any other numbers. Maybe they're not Restart numbers. You probably don't need to learn any Asian languages to solve this puzzle.
Have any prior knowledge of it. So we're hoping all will be revealed later on. And then on the back, we're saying that he's in Tokyo. And then here we've got a stamp which shows, interestingly, the pagoda that we saw here. So we think we're probably going to be...
Yes.
Well, we've established that it's going to be something to do with stamps.
Stamps, yes.
We also realised we should say that we don't have a book for
Yes.
this escape room box, which we usually do, and so these, so these postcards seem to be doing the job of the book that we would usually get. Then we have the Eiffel Tower with various measurements, and Gareth spotted that. Some of these measurements, don't know if you can spot that on camera, but lots of the numbers, in fact, one digit in each number is in bold.
Yes,
so
and a red X at the bottom.
we've got a red X at the bottom, and then on the back.
A picture of the Arc de Triomphe on the stamp, and something about someone being on the trail of a cult. Well, I mean, Ian being on the trail of a cult. Something to do with the Parisian underworld.
Oh, the Catacombs of Paris. That is...
Phantom of the Opera.
I was going to say another escape room box by Exit the Game that we might do in the future. The Catacombs.
But are they in Paris?
Well, I think they're the most famous catacombs, aren't they?
Oh, I don't
we'll
know.
have to solve it and find out. Okay, and then we've got New York with...
New York. I don't think you can see, but on this on the Statue of Liberty, there are pluses and minuses at the bottom.
That's true. I wanted to call that the Statue of Eiffel then, and then maybe I should have
Well, it
had
is
another
from the
copy.
French, you know that, right?
I did know that, actually. Diana, I haven't been able to reach you. Is your telephone working, question mark? And there we have a picture of...
A New York taxi.
A New York taxi, we assume.
Right, so we've now finally gone through all the postcards, of which there are how many? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 postcards, and they have stamps on.
They do.
And we come back to this card here, which asks us to identify the place with stamps. Well, it has some stamps, and they are... Here's the New York taxi.
New York.
And then we've got the pagoda from Tokyo here. And we've also got the iguana, or whatever it is, from the Galapagos Islands there. Now, what do we do with this information? Because what we're ultimately trying to do is find three entries to put in under the... So there's a symbol here of a moon. And we've got a moon on the decoder disc here, and we're trying to put something underneath it. And it looks like the only thing we can do at the moment is put 3 numbers under it. So we need to find 3 numbers that these cards correspond to. And that's...
But how do we do that?
But, indeed, how do we do that? And then once we've found a number, we then look at this card in the blue, look at that numbered card in the blue answer card deck. Yes, so we need 3 digits. One digit from 0 to 9 per... symbol here. Clearly that's the case. And just to be clear again, this just says N on the back, nothing very exciting. And I don't think there's any more information on here. It just says, if I didn't miss him, I'd be cursing his memory. Now can you help me? What do you see? You pause for a moment to reach for the notes on the door, so we've got the notes. Right, now each place on the map, each of these does associate with the place on the map that's labelled.
Oh, they're all different colours. And the numbers on the decoder are different colours.
I was going to look for something... I was going to look for something really complex then.
So was I. I was looking out for numbers, but then I just saw... I thought it looks like the French flag, but that's actually the wrong way around, isn't it? Is it? Anyway, colours, I think, is the key for this one.
I think you're definitely right, yes. Blue, white, red.
Blue, yes. Should we try that?
Yes, do
So shall we go... Oh, what order do we do them in, though? Oh, we've got them here. So
Yeah,
we've
same
got
order as
iguana,
that.
taxi. Okay, so we've got
Blue,
the moon.
white, red.
Let's do
So here's the
blue,
moon. We'll put blue at the top.
white...
Yes, I just said there were numbers. I didn't read out. I didn't clock that they were different colours. I was just, they're pretty colours.
There we go. And now we've got 23. So...
Right. Let's find card 23. Now, if this is possibly
Moment of truth.
correct, it will show us a bunch of options to choose from,
Ooh,
and
and
it
we have to
does.
choose where we found it, which was on the safe, which is number 4.
Yes, it's here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it has the moon on the side of the safe, which somehow I had not clocked.
Oh,
Did you see that?
yeah.
Okay, just me.
We were too worried about whether it was a signed or a singed note.
That's true. Because I mean, first thought was that is a typo, but it's not a typo.
It's not a typo.
4. It's just not something you would normally say. I think
Yeah,
you wouldn't normally
singed
phrase things
note.
like that. Right.
Card number 4. So we're hoping this is the right one.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's see. Hooray!
You know, I'm very confident you got rid of the rest of the deck then.
Did.
Even though I didn't know for
Love
sure if I
that.
was correct.
The safe springs open.
Great!
That's how she talks.
Yeah, it is.
Exclaims Miss Brixton. She pulls out a little box and a few old flight tickets, along with a cryptic, slightly singed note that reads as follows. I wonder if they're going to go in various levels of singed.
Yes. My lawyer has the will. I'm not going to keep that voice up. My lawyer has the will. He will open it when someone brings him my most valuable jewel that I lost on one of my trips.
Wow.
My first trip was a round trip. My jewel didn't actually disappear on that voyage, but it was then that I got to know my friend Ben, who can tell you more. Solve the riddle of my trip and you will learn how to find Ben. Now, I'm wondering if we actually have to at some point draw the route on here.
I think we might have to.
You find riddle cards B, C, M and W. So BMW and the letter C.
And the letter C.
And
Take
then-
these cards from the stack and look at them.
And then put this back. Right, okay, so here's the riddle cards. B, C, M. Let's move these out of the way.
Yeah. So we can refer to those postcards as
Yes.
and when
We'll
we
keep
need
the map
them.
here, though, because we
We
may
will.
need it. B,
Ooh.
C, M, W. Okay, right, so we've clearly got 3 boarding passes, or actually 6 boarding passes,
Yeah.
and 3 cards.
Ooh.
And a round trip with side routes.
round
And
trip
routes
with
is
side
some
routes.
italicised words. And the note is certainly singed.
Yeah.
Follow along.
I was just
Go
going
on.
to say, I wonder if we're going to be matching up these singes. Why is it singed? What's going on?
Yes.
Because that looks a little bit like... I was going to say, that looks a little bit like Australia, but maybe that's the wrong way around, isn't it? I mean, we've got a world map, haven't we, to look at?
Yeah, no, I think you're
What do you
quite.
think?
I think
Do
it's
you think
entirely.
maybe?
I think
No.
that's quite a good idea.
Anyway, back to what's actually on the paper.
Well, there's a locked box presumably, otherwise
is.
the puzzle's rather trivial. Follow along with me in your thoughts so that we can try to get this box open. The starting point and the goal, by the way, are Mon Amour. Okay, so that's clearly French.
Mm-hmm.
And on the French postcard,
Mon amour measured.
it said Paris, Mon Amour.
It does say that.
Paris, my love.
Measured, which is a big clue because we've got measuring on there as well.
Yes,
there we go.
yes,
Lovely
okay,
stuff.
fine. So we're going to
It's
get
all tying
numbers
in.
from this, aren't we?
Lovely.
Measured against other riddles, getting the code will be comparatively easy. It
Lovely.
will only fall into place, though, if you keep your thoughts at an intellectual height, in italics, rather than simply going postal. You will soon bend this riddle to your will. Then select the 4th, 1st and 3rd legs of the trip.
Right.
Okay. Right.
Most intriguing.
And then we have various boarding passes that
We
go
do.
from Toronto to Giza, so that's Canada to Egypt. Cape Town to Sydney, so South Africa to Australia. Paris to Toronto. France to Canada. I don't need to keep saying these. Sorry. Rio de Janeiro to Cape Town and Giza to Rio de Janeiro and Sydney to Paris. It forms a loop.
They do form a
loop.
route, don't they?
Yeah.
So where do we go from?
Shall we have a look on the map?
Yeah.
Would it help to plan the route on the map, maybe?
Maybe. Should we write it on in pencil?
Yes.
Definitely something that we can erase if
Yes. So Toronto to Giza.
So
So,
it
here's
doesn't matter where we
Giza.
start, does
and
it?
Here's Toronto. There's no direct. Oh, there is not really a direct route, which makes me think that we're not actually meant to be
we need to. Oh,
drawing
hang on,
it
we
on.
can go this way. There is a direct route. We just.
Oh, wow, I didn't
there
even
we
see
go.
that.
I'm sorry, I've just moved the map. Right.
Right. So we've drawn on these routes. They must be relevant for a reason. They must
They
be relevant for a reason.
They
that's
must be relevant for a reason. What does it say here? Because I'm wondering if this refers to 3 different postcards. Let me zoom in on that again. It says, follow along with me in your thoughts. So we've got measured is here. But then we've got height,
Well, we
which is
can
obviously
measure-
referring to that as well.
So measuring could be. Oh, look, the X's are the same.
They are the same
So we are measuring from place to place,
from one to the other.
and we're
Oh,
extracting
lovely.
a number. So we don't
Yeah.
really need to draw it, but we have anyway.
And then it says, you will soon bend this riddle to your will.
Oh, and then select the first. Oh, we just need to measure the lengths
Yeah,
of the 1st, 3rd, and 4th.
that'll give us a number.
But how do we know what the first
How
spot
do we know
area
where we
is?
started?
Yeah.
Did it say...
Does it say on the card? Oh, the starting point and the goal are Mon Amour, are Paris.
So we start with Paris.
So I don't think we need to draw it, but it doesn't hurt.
I had fun though.
So we start in Paris,
Yeah.
and we take the 4th leg. So from Paris, the 4th leg. Which way are we going? Anti-clock. From Paris, we are going. Where are the cards?
We went from Toronto to Paris, didn't we? So
we went from Paris to Toronto.
Did we?
Yes, from
Oh
Paris
yes,
to
there we
Toronto.
go. So Paris to Toronto. So let's
Is
measure
this?
that.
I'm just going to draw an arrow on here.
Yeah.
So-
Great.
So the first, so we need the 4th leg first. Mm-hmm. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th leg is here from Rio de Janeiro
Rio
to
to
Cape
Cape
Town.
Town.
Now it says bend the card. So I think we're not measuring the straight distance.
well done.
But we're measuring the bend, which
Okay.
I have carefully obscured.
Yeah.
That's what it means by bend it. So if I were to measure it straight between Cape Town and it lines up beautifully.
That's stunning.
But if I bend it, surely it's going to be the next one.
Let's have a look. Now, it's going to be difficult to see on camera, but I promise there's no trickery going on here.
Yeah, it's
Does it look like it's going to be the next one?
well, it's hard to say.
Oh, it does actually. That comes across better on camera than you'd think.
160 point. It's this one here, right?
Okay, so even further up.
So it's 8.
So 8, we think, for the first one.
Yeah.
So I can start
symbol
putting that into
is-
decoder. So the symbol on here is that sort of, I was going to say upside down Y.
It's
I
a
always
Y.
say upside down Y,
It's
but it's
actually
just
right way up Y.
actual Y.
Actual Y, yeah.
So let's pop that at the top. We said that the first one was 8.
Yes, so that's the
and
bold
one
letter in
here.
this height here.
Okay, so that's our first one.
And then the next leg is the first leg. So that's the
Which
one here
was
from London to
Paris.
Toronto. So okay,
Paris to Toronto.
sorry, my mistake. So superficially, you would think. I'm just wondering if this lets you.
It actually
tells you that you are wrong.
doesn't fit anywhere.
It doesn't fit anyway, which I think confirms that we're doing the right thing. It'd be quite sneaky. They made them all fit correctly. I wonder why it was talking about bending. So it's here. It's
There we
this
go.
one here.
So that says 9. I don't know if you can see that in
as a
bold.
9, yeah.
So 9 for the second one. Great. And then the final trip, the leg, it said, and the third leg.
Right, so
we've
1. Go on then.
So 1, 2, 3. So it's from Giza to Rio.
Okay, so
And we know what we're doing now. 9 motor skills needed for this one. What do you think we've got there?
0. It's
I
this
think we've
one
got
here.
0 as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's put that in. So we've got our Y symbol, we've got 890, and it's telling us to take card 24. And we
Okay.
saw this on this other locked box just here.
You're assuming it's correct.
I'm assuming it's correct. I feel pretty confident. That feels like the right thing to do.
And here's that box. So take card 17 now, and we'll see if we are definitely correct.
Dun.
Yes.
Hooray! Let's have a look. You were able to solve the riddle about Professor Jonason's round trip. The wooden box springs open. Inside, you find an old metal sign, a few photos of Coy, and an address for Ben. Oh, I forgot we were looking for Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mystery Ben. Without wasting any time, you set off to Europe to find him. We haven't actually done any travelling yet, have we? What
No,
fun.
I suppose not.
You find riddle cards K, P and Y. Take these cards from the stack and look at them, and then we can put this one back.
Okay, so we're looking for K, P and Y, yeah?
K, P and Y. I'm just going to do that so we can have a look.
P, Y.
Before we turn those over, I think we should just get rid of the cards that we are probably not going to use again for a while,
Or
we
ever.
assume. Or ever.
We might use the charge one. I think that was a good call.
Yeah, okay.
Right, we're feeling a bit peaky. Let's turn them over. Oh,
Ooh! Oh, I
it's
love
going to be a
this.
cutting out one. Well, we can
You
see
do
this.
love a cutting out puzzle,
I don't
don't
really,
you?
actually.
He loves a cutting out
I do
puzzle.
not love that. Right, okay, so
Okay, wow.
this has the Chinese or Japanese symbols on.
I think it's got to be Japanese.
Yes. I mean, they use standard Chinese symbols in Japanese anyway, don't they?
And I've got absolutely no idea.
Our Lady Liberty is now being overhauled for you from bottom to top. So our Lady Liberty, that presumably is referring to
The
Statue of Liberty.
There we go. There she is. And on this one, we said that we had identified some little symbols at the bottom of here. So that may or may not come into
relevant.
play, but I suspect that it probably is.
And then those symbols in the koi will clearly refer to this postcard as well.
Love that. Okay, due to the renovation work, the view of Manhattan from the Crown is currently blocked.
Ooh.
Interesting. Please do not be disappointed.
I am though.
Okay, I think so. You can still find breathtaking views over New York from the Empire State Building, Rockefeller Center, or One World Trade Center. We thank you for understanding.
And there were stars on the outside of
there
there,
are.
and there is a picture of roadworks.
Of some roadworks, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and
The
then-
star does seem to match the symbol for the puzzle that we're about to take, so I don't
that's
know if
true.
that's
Oh, interesting, because
extra clue.
yes, in the next game you don't know if everything revealed at the same time is for the same puzzle, so it may well be that this is a completely separate puzzle. You managed to track down Ben. He is an old acquaintance of the Professor and, after a lengthy illness, has been working for a while as a cashier at the Paris
I'm
catacombs.
telling you, those catacombs, they're coming for us.
I hope not. He greets you from his ticket booth. It's about time. I've been expecting you. You have to open this box. Not here, though. You'll have to travel to a different tourist attraction, far away from here. The lady you're looking for, in ladies in quotes, is sure to help you solve the riddle. Lady could be the Statue of Liberty, right?
Well, it says Lady Liberty here, so I feel
Right,
like that
okay.
is a big old clue.
You smile at him, grab the iron box, that's very polite of you, and book the next plane tickets.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as you're about to go, Ben calls after you, the boards! Don't forget the boards!
Don't forget the boards.
You don't want to forget the boards.
No.
With these words, he presses a stack of boards into your hands and finally lets you go. Laughing, you shake your heads. If you're doing this on your own, as a solo solver, that is a bit creepy. You shake your head. Well, there's 2 of us, though, it's all right.
It's true.
You shake your heads and add oversized luggage to your flight reservation. Now take the 9 strange board items.
I see. So I think what we're referring to here is, excuse my arm, is these items here, which can all be pushed out and...
Should be. So I think we are doing something with this card here.
I agree, and I'm noticing that on these boards, you can see here, we've got little pluses, and on the other side...
So we arrange them in the symbol of this, right?
Minuses, yeah.
Let's move that to the top of the screen.
And then we've got... I don't know if the configuration that we've got there at the bottom of this card is going to prove important, or is that just to show us what we're meant to be looking at?
Well, let's just only read the italicized words. So we've got bottom over New York. Oh, and it refers to different buildings, but I don't see that.
What? Do these not look quite a lot like these pieces, for example?
Yeah, they do.
They do. What fun.
Okay, so I've got rid of the map so that it's a bit clearer on screen. So we can infer from these that all the symbols are different, all the bars are different heights, and we think they overlay on the picture of New York.
We do.
So let's put them all out here. Look, the shortest one clearly is the 8, and we think this goes on the only one of them is that height, right? So, and then presumably we orient them based on the symbols. Oh, but that's a minus.
That's a minus, but if you turn it over, is it minus on this? It's minus on the other side.
Oh, we're hiding certain numbers and certain ones will be left.
I presume so. Okay.
Oh, so all we need to do is find the correct height building. So here...
There we go, and that's meant to be a minus, that one.
We'll put
do you want to put them on first and then we'll work out whether they're toggled correctly? I do enjoy the word toggled.
Or indeed the right way up. Well, that's not there. It's surprisingly tricky to work out which one goes where.
They're more similar than one might hope.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
Okay.
We've put the buildings on.
There we go.
Or the seats on. Now we need a plus at the start, so that's correct.
That's correct. You want a minus, so we want to turn that over. They're really, actually, oh, okay, fun.
And a minus.
Minus, then plus, plus, plus.
Plus, this one's wrong.
So the middle one wants to be a plus. Then...
It's got a dot, so I'm assuming the dot goes at the bottom.
Yes, I think so. And it's the same on our decoder disc, actually. We've got dots on the bottom to show us.
Okay, yeah, like on the 9, for example.
Yeah, there we go. And then so we've got plus, then minus, plus, minus. So the last two need to...
Oh, so plus has got nothing on it. And minus...
We're hoping this has got something. Okay.
So the answer to this puzzle for New York must be 2, 6, 4.
Okay, so we're looking for 2, 6, 4. And it tells us to take card 21. Oh, you can't see that, but that's on camera saying take 21. How do you feel about this?
I feel good.
You feel confident?
What was it on?
And that was on
this chest.
It was an iron box, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, this iron box.
What did it say to take? Number 6. Oh, fantastic. You are standing on the viewing platform of the Statue of Liberty and looking at the boards that you installed to block your own view of Manhattan. I hadn't realised that's what we were doing.
They're very big, those
good
boards.
Good to know they're massive, aren't they? And we've just carried them on a plane from Paris.
Wow, good for us.
The code is correct and Ben's iron box springs open. Inside you find a small wooden chest, a few more pictures of koi, a receipt and some more singed notes. You take riddle cards F, H, O and X. Take these cards from the stack and look at them.
F,
H, O and X. Fox. All right. And then did we need to take anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. Oh yes, it told us what we are expecting to see here. So we've got Mug Stars Cafe. So we've got a new symbol here. For decades we've remained true to our lineage and brought colour to your gloomy day. Lines and colours there. Customer receipt, espresso doppio, $6.35. So we've got a receipt for just one coffee there. Interesting. That's in London.
Oh right, okay. Mug Stars Cafe.
Mug Stars Cafe in London.
Right.
Okay, so we've got some more koi. So we're hoping that we'll be able to.
Yeah, may not need that yet.
May not need that yet, but I'm hoping that we do quite soon. Here's another singed note.
Oh yes, you're right. They definitely connect.
Sightseeing made easy. If you want to open this wooden chest, all you have to do is unfold your creative wings and follow the instructions below. Then take a look at your work, find it, and enter the code shown above it from top to bottom. Okay, so we've got, there we go.
I think
got
this
something
connects with this postcard.
quite matchy-matchy. I think so too. So that's fun. And then we have a final, and we've got, obviously this is the box that we're probably going to open next. And then we've got some more koi fish here.
Now, what we observe about the koi fish is we do not yet have a symbol on any of these cards. And usually in an exit game, you don't yet have a symbol. That's clearly associated with it. You should probably ignore those bits and come back to them when you need them. Well, we do have a symbol for this, and we do have a symbol for this. Now, so we could possibly, as far as we know, solve either of these. But this one specifically refers to the postcard, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think we've already got a good idea of what we might want to do here.
Yes, I think we think we're probably going to fold... tell me if you disagree with me. I think we're probably going to fold along these lines based on matching colours or something.
Yeah, but I think we're going to match up ice cream. So match up a light blue, which I can't see on here, but I can see here. So match up this corner to
red
orange ice cream.
Well, it's red in real life. It does look orange on camera.
Yes, it does look orange on camera. How funny.
This is the red one, right?
Vermilion. Let's call it vermilion.
Yes.
So there's nothing else. So we can fold that and match those.
So and there is a line that cross lines. So
Fun.
I will fold specifically along that line so that the light blue goes to what is actually red but looks orange on camera. It's sort of reddy orange.
Vermilion. I'm telling you, vermilion.
I don't know what. I'm going to be honest. I don't know exactly what colour vermilion is. I can't agree.
Orangey red.
Okay. Now what's next then?
Okay, so yellow to black. So yellow's in that bottom corner.
And then let's see if there's a line. Yes, there's a crease line for that as well.
What fun!
Here.
What are we going to make? I love folding puzzles.
Splodge.
A little splodge. I think we're going to get a picture of something fun. Okay, then green to orange.
Here's green, here's orange.
Is it orangey orange?
Yeah, it's
orangey orange. It says orange.
And there's a little flap on the back.
There's an orange. Look at these lovely lines matching up. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is nice.
And then pink to white.
Here's white, here's pink.
Yeah.
There's another line here like that.
Line here.
Pink to white.
Loving this. Okay, then dark blue to brown. So they've all kind of been on...
Here's brown, here's dark blue.
On the inside. Is that definitely dark blue?
Yeah. Yes, I think so. There's no other colours that could fit.
It's funny, they don't look exactly the same colours as the cards. But no matter. Okay, there we go. What are we going to make? I'm so excited. And then grey to purple.
That's grey, clearly, and that's purple.
So let's fold that over.
Is that the last one? Oh, it fits again with a line. I'm guessing those two lines should probably be aligned.
It looks like they should match up, but we get the gist. So...
It's unfolded itself. So it's the...
Wow! So that is the pyramids of Giza, which, I don't know if you spotted it, but are up here.
Yes.
What fun!
That's very clever, isn't it?
That's so clever.
I don't think the back is relevant, but that's what's on the back.
I don't think the back is relevant. Okay.
So we've gone to the pyramids.
So we've gone to the pyramids, and on the card it gave us some further instructions about what to do. So it says... Unfold your creative wings following the instructions below, then take a look at your work, find it, enter the code shown above it from top to bottom. And I think what that means is the colour of our flag here. So red, white and
I'm glad you're on the poor Laura, because I had no
colours.
idea what that meant. Okay, fine, yes.
There we go.
I guess I would have figured it out. The code shown above it. That's the only thing above it, right?
There we go.
Red, white, black. Go on.
Red, white, black. And what symbol are we doing here? So we're doing a square. What fun. So what did we say? Red, white, and black. So that gives us 1, 3, 7, and tells us to take card 18. So card 18. I feel good about this.
It's possibly right.
Yeah, it's possibly right.
Where did we see the symbol?
Found it on this, what looks like a sort of traditional pirate's treasure chest, I would say.
Number 16.
Number 16.
So I can't bury my treasure. I haven't got the right chest.
I know.
Right.
Happens to us all. Right, let's have a look at this. Egypt, the pyramids. Of course the professor was here.
Obviously.
What better place would there be for an archaeologist to spend his time than the Valley of the Kings?
Well, good question.
The wooden chest springs open. One quick glance inside tells you where your voyage is headed next. Inscribed on the box is
my quick glance.
Inscribed on the box is an intriguing Japanese saying that convinces you to buy a ticket to Tokyo. The little brown jewellery box that you find in the chest is just the right size to hold a jewel, which we know we've been looking for. Excitement. You find riddle cards D, lowercase I, and Z. Take these cards from the stack and look at them. Hooray!
Diz.
Okay, Diz. Right, let's have a look. Okay, more fish.
We'll add that to the fish
We'll
collection.
add that to the fish collection.
Oh,
More
and
fish. Absolute fish city here. Oh, hello.
Right.
And finally, a symbol for this puzzle. Iwanuga Hana. The flower says nothing, and yet the flower says a lot.
Okay, and there's some symbols, and they clearly do refer to the postcards.
I think it's time to cut some things out.
I think we don't need this, right?
No, I don't think we need that yet.
The flower says nothing, and yet the flower says a lot. And it has some symbols as well. I mean, I say symbols, they're letters in the Japanese alphabet, clearly.
Oh, interesting.
Do those letters appear on... Let's just go back in
up?
again. Do they match up at all? No, I don't think so. They're way more complex. Like that little, I'd say it was a temple. Doesn't appear on here. It may, of course, appear on some of the fish cards. If I just check that one symbol, if it doesn't appear, then we'll know those symbols don't directly correspond with the cards we've got. They don't.
They don't.
Fine.
So I think time to chop these up.
Now, do you think we're chopping them into individual pieces? I think so.
I do. So we have an exciting array of fish and a couple of extra lilies here with some symbols.
Right, so we've got 14 of these here, and we have clearly got 15 here.
Ah.
So I'm guessing that we either do we start on the yellow one and finish on the Pac-Man with the... Oh, they're all Pac-Man and women.
They are.
So that symbol here could be any of them allowing for rotation. Is the one rotated the same? Yes, this one here in the middle.
So if we place these on top like that, according to matching symbols,
I suppose
do you think that will
maybe
reveal something for us?
I don't know. They clearly provide a sort of route, don't they?
They do. But
And because they're bending and curving.
Shall we
and so
try
on.
it?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are also tiny letters.
Oh.
There's an A with an arrow there.
Oh yes, look, it says. Let's zoom in. Yeah, by here it says A
and C.
A arrow, C arrow, and I'm guessing that it's going to be a B somewhere as well.
Yeah. Okay. So let's keep.
Yeah, there's a B on this
going.
one.
Fun. How are we going to reveal things?
So each one has an orientation because it matches both the position and orientation of the symbol on the original card.
What fun.
So I don't know whether we need what's underneath.
Except for this one.
That's this one.
Oh, that's that one. I was going to say.
And it
yeah.
has a B.
Nice.
Okay, there is one left over. And it's here. Which makes me think that...
That we're doing that.
Yeah. So we need 3 numbers, as always. And we have an A, B and a C. So you would think that the A, B and C are giving us... So the A, B and C are on the water lilies. And they're pointing at fish. And you would think... Well, I mean, that's clearly pointing at that fish, I would say. I don't know for sure if that's what we're doing. Is there a route? Can you follow... that symbol makes me think there's a route.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
The flower says nothing, and yet the flower says a lot. I'm assuming that means that this flower says nothing, but have a look at the flowers for these.
Yeah, I mean, the fish are different colours, but they are often mixed colours. The A is pointing at a yellow, black and red fish, and C is pointing at an orangey fish. I don't think... Most hard to code this. I don't think that's specifically identifying a fish as such.
I don't think so either.
Is there anything else? I mean, on the card, I don't think there was anything on the back. We looked at it at the start, and of course there is a picture under each one, but they are all fundamentally the same, just at different rotations. So I don't know if there's a relevance to that.
What if, because I did say a while ago that looks a bit like a decoder disc. What if, but what would that mean? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Oh no, maybe it does.
But as if A is pointing to this lily pad.
That lily pad and that lily pad. So let's take off the ones that are covered.
And then we've got this one here in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, you've got sticky fingers. What everyone wants to hear said to them.
Yeah, so, and then we've got a pink flower.
That works for me too.
So do you think if we had the 2, Is there?
I think it could just be that they could well be segments of the decoder disc. They do look roughly equivalent to these marked segments,
This
don't
is what
they?
I mean. So if we had, let's say, the triangle is at the top, because that's what we know is the symbol here.
Yeah.
If, let's say...
Maybe that arrow is pointing at the gap.
But what I mean by that, we've got these pink arrows here, is that we've got a pink 2. So if we position a pink 2 so that it...
What you're saying is that the pink... when you say arrows, you mean the position of
Did I say arrows?
I think so.
That doesn't make any
The
sense.
position of you're saying the position of the water lily on the decoder disc is giving us a
if
position
we make that
of,
where the 2 is, so for example, if A, we make sure, if we assume A is the outer ring, and we move the 2 into the position...
And you're saying 2 because 2 is pink?
Because 2 is pink. But actually there isn't a really clear...
Surely, yeah, there isn't. And also 2 would be at the bottom right. I was thinking that you were referring to the position of the hole.
Oh, I mean here.
But the hole may be given an orientation. So maybe it means that... This is getting quite confusing, but the gap here could be... Is it a triangle? Yeah. So maybe this is giving us an orientation of the is the flower always in the same position relative to the hole? It is, isn't it? It's always rotated the same distance. So
maybe that doesn't help us. Maybe it's not to do with the decoder disc.
Well, it's a good idea though, and it does show a dot in the middle, which makes me think you're probably right.
But what does it mean?
But it's to do with the decoder disc on some level because we need to put a value into it, and it's not to do with colours. We don't think. So if we've taken away the fish that cover these, which I think makes sense. There are colours on the flowers, but do they correspond really with what's on the card? We've got a light pink. Is that purple and red? Maybe it's actually meant to be the pink, the purple, and the red or the orange. Oh, maybe this one?
It's really hard to see that on camera. I think it's maybe meant to be red.
Oh, what does it look more like on camera? It looks more like on red on camera, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In the flesh, these actually are quite similar oranges.
They are. So
it could be that, couldn't it? It could be showing, and the gap could be showing where they go on the board.
So if we think A is red, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And then B is pink, and then C is this sort of magenta colour. That would give us 14.
Now, how have you chosen how to rotate? Oh, you've just picked the...
I've just done triangle at the top.
Oh, but I think it's telling us... Yeah, I think it's telling us to take that colour and move it to the position shown here. So I think it's telling us to take the red and put it at the top, to take the pink and put it at the bottom.
Oh, right.
Don't you?
I don't know.
I think that is what it's telling us.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think this is telling us to take the purple and put it on the right.
Okay.
Is there an actual right?
There isn't an actual right.
Oh, my theory breaks down. There is no actual right.
Yeah.
There's 2 positions here it could be. I was so sure I was right.
It feels like it's got to be to do with that wedge in some way.
Yeah, especially with the arrow pointing at it. But because I don't think it can just be the colour that A, B and C are on, because what are the arrows for? What's the point of the postcard? And what's the point for all the symbols? So I do feel that it must be more than that. What does this mean? This suggests...
What does that mean?
It suggests you've got an arrow. I think it means the arrow... I think it's telling you that the arrow on the card is pointing at this, and you should be paying attention to this. If I put the fish back on top of any of them, is that going to help?
Let's put the fish back in.
I mean, that fish is pointing up. But again, we don't have a... So this fish here... Oh, sorry. Here is pointing, you'd say, straight left at 9 o'clock.
But we don't have a 9 o'clock,
But there isn't a 9 o'clock because that's between the 2 dividers. So which one is this? Triangle.
Triangle.
First of all...
Triangles everywhere.
We'll find out if we have everything we need.
We've got all the bits
the first
we
card,
need.
I believe, usually
I feel
tells
like we do, though.
You need to find riddle cards D, H, I, P, X and Z.
Which we do, because we've cut all the bits out of those.
You will also need the Tokyo postcard.
Got that.
The same makes reference to the water lily flower. That's exactly what you will find in the pond on the postcard from Japan. The pond is divided into 15 squares. Yes, we worked this out. You will find the Japanese characters. A pair of scissors to cut out. Okay, so this is... Place them on the pond as they need to swim. Well, we've already done that.
Okay, I think we go for second clue. Okay.
Cut out the 14 pond designs.
Yeah.
Place them so that the Japanese characters are exactly on top of each other. We did that to start with. Now all you have to do is correctly interpret the picture of the flower on card Z.
Well, I think that's where we're falling down.
Then you will know how to move the tokens in the pond. Ooh. Namely from square to square. I did not see that coming, because unfortunately there are arrows on here. There's an arrow there. I guess it just looked like a movement arrow. Then you will know how to move the tokens in the pond, namely in the direction... Shall I stop reading? Have you read the rest of that yet? Because I haven't.
No.
So, I haven't read the rest of that card.
Okay.
Although I'm sure if you're watching this video...
Yeah, you may have seen that on camera.
You have just read what the rest of that card says, but I got as far as move the things.
Movement.
What does it mean? So it did say to start by putting everything on the thin. Maybe these are maybe they are Pac-Man eating them. Let's
But it's saying that something moves. So that must be why it's deliberate that there's a gap. We must be moving things into that space. But then how does it stop?
I mean, it's not like a 15 puzzle where you have to slide each number into its correct position, is it? I don't know the numbers, so I don't think that's going to help. Oh, they are actually in order still, so I slid them off quite carefully.
So it says here, let's imagine that this is actually meant to match this orientation here, that we would slide it down like that.
So why have we slid it? Because it's looking at it.
So if it's going down there and then we go like that into there, so we're always moving into the gap.
I started off talking about roots.
Yeah, we did. I thought the fish were going to be pointing in directions that led us.
Follow that.
Okay, so we've finished. So now what?
Yeah, to be fair, there is a different one here, which rather suggests that
that's complete.
Yeah, well, it could be exactly what we've already said, just from this orientation.
Oh, for goodness sake, look, they're numbers. 6, 2, 6. There we go. Goodness me!
Well, I think we came up with some really good ideas for a puzzle there.
We did come up with loads of other ideas for other puzzles. So it was this arrow then that we just hadn't interpreted correctly.
Yes. That does look like the decoder disc, though.
It does look like the decoder disc.
It's circular, and it has a dot in the middle.
Wow.
I feel that's probably an accidental red herring. And I feel that if that hadn't looked like the decoder disc, we would have solved that a lot sooner.
This is what I wanted the fish to do in the first place, was to make numbers. I thought that's where we were going with this. That's why they were pointing in such specific directions.
I did wonder why this puzzle was a lot harder than all the other puzzles we've done so far in this game.
We read too much into it. Right then, should we start with A, which looks like...
Let's just see what the rest of the hint actually said.
Yeah.
Then you will know how to move the tokens in the pond. That's as far as I read. Namely from square to square, always in the direction indicated by the arrows.
By the arrows?
They're not arrows. Well, I mean... The arrows insofar as any two lines.
Yeah, well, that is what we did in the end, isn't it?
Start with the empty square. Which token should move there, and which should be the next one to move? When it's no longer possible to move anything, look at the whole picture.
So that's what we did.
Yes, it would also help. This was printed at the orientation on the thin, perhaps. But, anyways, we've solved it now.
Anyway, we've got there. So what? Well, we just need that card back again, actually, because that's got the symbol on it that we need, which is the triangle. Even though we've looked at it many, many times. So. We've got the triangle. So for A, we want to go with this one, which is 6. Then B is over here, and that's 6 as well. And then C is number 2 here. So that gives us number 5.
I also feel that making these colours that match the decoder disc
is
another completely unnecessary red herring. I think if your puzzle is subtle enough that the entirety of solving the puzzle is meant to be inferred by these black arrows, and the fact that you're meant to interpret this image looks like, which is drawn exactly like a decoder disc, as meant to interpret as an arrow, then why would you add colours to things that don't match the puzzle?
That's some fighting talk there from Gareth.
No, but it's just annoying because it's completely unnecessary to design it like that. And it hides the actual puzzle from you for no good reason. It just adds frustration. So I don't approve of that design.
Oh dear.
If I've missed something, and the fact that all makes sense, then I apologise. But nonetheless, I think I'm probably correct in saying that.
Let us know in the comments.
5.
Number 5. Okay, so where did we see this? We spotted this on this lovely jewellery box.
Card 5, I mean, this is 5. Right, on the jewellery box is here 27. So now we take 27 and see if we are
presumably
correct.
Can't be wrong
or not.
here.
Yeah, well, we must be right.
Hey. Okay. You are pretty amazed to find yourself standing in front of the koi pond shown on the postcard, right in the middle of Tokyo. You're able to open the jewellery box with the code you found hidden in the pond. Unfortunately, all it contains is a clue about a British waitress named Lizzie.
Elizabeth. Formerly the Queen.
Time to leave Tokyo and pay Lizzie a visit. You find riddle cards Q and U. Take these cards from the stack and look at them. I think we will. And we can get rid of the koi pond, which causes us such anguish and despair.
Yeah.
I'm going to break out our London postcard.
Right, let's get riddle cards Q and U. Q and U. Right.
Okay. Q. That's quite appropriate for British puzzle. Arrived safely at Terminal 5, taking the tube now.
Great! See you later in the cafe.
What a pain! Lost my sunglasses in the underground. They must have slipped out of my pocket onto the platform when I was changing trains.
Oh, that's irritating. Sorry. If you want to look for them, no problem. My shift in the cafe lasts until noon.
No, it's okay. Someone will be sure to find the sunglasses. Sitting in the third train now. We'll be at the cafe soon. Looking forward to the espresso. Okay.
Right.
Who's this conversation between? Do we know?
I don't know.
I've got absolutely no idea. Okay, it's presumably us and someone else.
Maybe.
Ben? Have we met Ben? I've lost the thread. Oh, Lizzie.
Ian...
No, we're meeting Lizzie.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, right.
Ian told me that you would come one day. He was here quite frequently, visiting me as I worked. At some point, we became friends. I'm really going to miss him and the exciting stories about his adventures and discoveries. Ian asked me to give you this briefcase and show you our chat log if you ever showed up. Here it is. Take a look. It explains what the card is. Says the young woman named Lizzie as you meet her in Ian's favourite cafe. Lovely. Oh, it's not the Queen then, because she wasn't a young woman, probably. I mean, this was set a long time ago.
We need to find the sunglasses.
Okay.
That's what we need to do. And we've got a map of the tube. And it says...
there's sunglasses on it.
I don't know if there's sunglasses, but we know that we arrive at Terminal 5, which is...
Over here?
Over here.
Normally it's up here on an underground map.
It's here.
All right.
Sunglasses in the underground. They must have slipped out of my pocket onto the platform when I was changing trains.
So they changed trains somewhere. And they go to the cafe. And where's the cafe? Stamford Brook. This is hopefully a tube stop.
Somewhere else. Stamford Brook.
Here it is, Stamford Brook.
Oh yes, so it is.
It's on the red line.
So what's the best way to get there?
I mean, you can go on the orange line, straight from Heathrow, according to this map, to Stamford. Oh no, you can't. You have to change somewhere. I mean, presumably the white ones are supposed to show interchanges.
Interchanges, yeah. And it said...
Despite them being two stations here. So presumably the Acton town is where they change, right?
Yes. Must have been on the platform when I was changing trains. And then but it says I'm on the third train now. Sitting in the third train now.
We'll be at the cafe soon. Now that could mean the third carriage, perhaps. And then looking forward to the espresso. So here's the espresso receipt.
I'm just gonna, yeah.
Gives us a date and time. For decades, we've remained true to our lineage and brought colour. So we need the lines colours.
So we're looking at the line colours.
So we start orange, and we change to red.
But then there doesn't seem to be a third colour, does there?
And then it says find the sunglasses. Maybe it's white because it's the Acton Town interchange. Yeah, so we've gone from Heathrow, and presumably from Terminal 5, which is... Oh no, it could be on the pink line as well. It could be on the pink line.
That's true.
So maybe there are 3 lines. So this is my chat, and meet her in the cafe. I don't think we need this. Arrived safely here at Terminal 5, taking the tube now. So maybe he left on stupidly. Well, actually, it's fewer stops perhaps on the way this is drawn on the pink line.
And then you change
to the
red line.
Yeah, and then you never go on the orange line. I'm confused now because there are clearly, apart from like obviously you could go off all over the city and back again. Let's assume you go a sensible route. Then there are 2 sensible routes. You can go on the pink line and then the orange line, and then the red line. But why would you do that when you could go on the pink line
and then the red line?
And then the red line, or you could go on the orange line and then the red line, because Stamford Brook, where the cafe is, which you can't see, it's off the side here, is on the red line only, according to this. So we have remained true to our lineage. So that's clearly referring to lines and the colours. And brought colour to your.
I really hoped that we would just have 3 really obvious trains to take there.
Yeah, well, we have all these numbers on the card. Espresso Dobby Riddle is out before. Do the numbers have any relevance? Do they tell you the number of stops it goes, perhaps? I don't see that they do. Mugstars Cafe, is that important? I don't think
It's in
so.
Stamford Brook. Is there anything in there?
Okay, so then maybe it's to do with the fact that you can change the Turnham green. So in this case, you would go on the orange line, change it to the green, because it's say find the sunglasses.
So orange, green, and then go to Stamford Brook.
On the red line.
So red.
Seems a bit nebulous. I don't think that's very likely to be correct.
That's true, actually. It does say where you change it. It doesn't. You know how sometimes you just feel like you know when you've got it. Orange, green,
red,
and red. It says 8.
Oh, where's the
Where
card?
are we? And where did we see this?
Well, you're being. Oh yes, this is actually possibly correct. I thought that was incredibly unlikely to be correct. And it's on the suitcase here, 10.
Okay, 10. Let's have a look. Oh,
That seems weird that that's correct.
yeah. Lizzie's briefcase springs open. Not that I didn't have faith in you, but you know how sometimes you feel like you've really
Yeah,
got confirmation
I know.
that it's right. Interesting. Okay.
Alas, the hoped for jewel is not inside. Instead, there are just 2 more singed
Singed.
message. Singed. He sang them to you. I am going to sing your message. One of them inspires a yearning for sun and sea.
Oh, totally.
So you set off to the Mediterranean to solve your next riddle. Maybe one of the fishermen living there will be able to help you. You find riddle cards A and L. Take these cards from the stack and look at them.
We will.
Okay, so I've actually just had a quick look. I wasn't satisfied with the solution to this puzzle, and actually we did not solve that correctly. Although, I have to say that, well, I haven't looked at the solution. I looked at the first hint card, and it says, let me just get the first hint card for this. What was it, L? And
Yeah.
I was not convinced that Turnham Green thing was
Just
correct.
didn't feel right, but it obviously led us to the right answer.
Yeah, but if you look at, I've just had a look at, I was not sure that was right. And I thought, well, I'll have a look just in case I've spouted a load of nonsense on the video. You need F, Q, and U, and the box bottom insert. So
there really isn't anything that implies that you... Oh my goodness.
there's a tube train there. And there are colours around the outside. Oh, look, I hadn't noticed before. But quite apart from that,
There are colours
there
around the
are colours around the
outside.
outside and islands.
Oh wow.
That probably match
They're
the
probably the
smudges.
singed bits.
Okay.
Goodness me.
There was so much at the start of this game. I didn't have a good look at the box.
No,
Also, I wasn't
neither
sure.
did I. And it's usually the last
Oh, it's
puzzle
going to
as well.
Wimbledon.
Oh, how
We
lovely.
are recording this in Wimbledon. It's in Wimbledon.
How lovely.
And that's hidden, right?
Yeah.
So we can unfold those so that we can see them. And at the other end, Edgware Road.
So let's try and solve this.
So we've got a train going from Wimbledon,
Again.
totally differently, clearly. And then there's people sitting on the platform here. I mean, it says find my sunglasses.
Well, the sunglasses are there.
I feel that they have not fully thought this puzzle through, because giving you the map and saying find my sunglasses and saying you change platform does suggest that you are looking for the station where they change.
Yeah. I mean, it's so clearly a tube station now when you look at it that it's impossible to think that we missed it at the beginning.
Well,
but
we didn't tilt it.
No,
I
we
looked at it on the
didn't.
camera
Yeah,
and
we
saw
looked at it like that.
And I didn't realise that was a
Didn't
tube.
think about that. And also, it's usually the last puzzle, I think. That Actually,
Yeah.
no, that's not true. That wasn't
No.
true in the Pharaoh's box.
So we have a nice train here, the third
That's
train.
lovely.
And
The third train
I don't know what the third
now.
train is. There's London Underground.
So how do we...
side.
I mean, obviously, we've already got the correct riddle card for the next
Well,
puzzle.
that's
How
irrelevant.
do we
need to-
solve this?
Yeah, the fact that we could have taken the riddle card by going through the pack anyway if we were going to do it.
That's true.
So, we
Find
we
the
have a route.
sunglasses.
We have a route. So they're going on the Edgware Road to Wimbledon train. So this gives us the route. And it's the lines. It's as simple as that. What we were complaining about is it wasn't disambiguated.
Oh, I see.
Presumably it now will be disambiguated. We know that they changed trains on a line that went to either Wimbledon or Edgware Road. Well, Wimbledon is on the district line in real life, which is green.
Yeah, which is also green. That must be why we had orange, green, red.
They
just
must
took it
have gone
from
a
Turnham
really,
Green.
really stupid way they went.
Wow. Yeah, someone did not give them
Edgware
an efficient
Road
route.
is up here on the green line. So they went on the green line, which is more complex than that in real life.
Well, they didn't go on the green line, did they? They just changed there.
They changed. Well, they must have come over here.
Yeah, so they must have changed.
They must have taken. Well, hang on. There's still 2 ways to do this, right? Because they could have gone on not sensible ways. They could have gone the orange line, changed on the green line. That doesn't really make sense, does it? They must have gone on the pink line up to Paddington, taken the green line down to Earl's Court.
Yeah, and then the red.
Where the district line splits.
Maybe the orange line wasn't working.
Although not on this map. And then taken the red line. So the answer must actually be pink, green, red.
Which is
what we did.
Which is what we did because we took the green from Turnham Green.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, we must have started with orange. We must have done orange, green, red. Because we would have gone orange, changed at the green.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Go on to the red.
Yeah.
Which I do feel is not...
So it still worked.
I don't feel that's particular. Clearly the position of the outer card doesn't...
Wow.
Thing doesn't matter. What was it? So hang on. We think the answer is... We put orange, green, red.
Yeah, and we think it should be...
Orange. We put orange, green, red. Now if I turn the outer reel... Oh, it does have some effect. If I turn it from orange to pink...
So, yeah, we want pink...
Do we still see 8? Yes.
Pink.
So unfortunately, the coded disc design is such that it's invariance between the pink and the... It doesn't matter whether it's showing pink or orange on the outside, which is why we got the correct answer.
So what we didn't do there was actually go and look for a pair of physical sunglasses. We looked for the location on the map.
We tried to work out the location, and you'd be utterly insane to go this way. No one in the right mind would do that.
Speaking as people who have lived in London.
Yes.
But you never know, maybe the orange line was out of play.
So
anyway,
that did give us the correct answer card.
It did.
There's not many left now.
No, there aren't. Oh, I actually feel like more than I was hoping for.
I have to admit, I thought there were fewer than that.
A and L.
Right.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh, fun.
All right, they're very bright.
They are. Should we zoom in and have a look at them? Ooh, when the sun sets. Oh yes, we're going to the Mediterranean, aren't we?
There's a bear. I mean, that may not be a bear, but it looks like a bear.
It does look like a little koala, doesn't it? A little wombat.
Yeah, more like a wombat than a koala.
When the red sun sets in the ocean over Capri, the solution will flash above Bali, Bonaire and Crete. When the fishermen head to sea, under the setting sun, you'll still have this ditty in your head when the day is done. I probably could have sung that one. La 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 la. Right.
Okay, so first of all, we're not going to be so caught out on the box a second time.
No,
We're canny on the box now.
We've got...
Let's get rid of this.
Islands on the box. We've used the tube.
Oh, does it say about the sun?
Yeah, we've got the red sunsets over Capri.
We've got all the different... Oh, the red sun sets over Capri?
Yeah. So there's
where's
Capri.
The red sun?
There's Capri and there's the red sun.
Yes.
So...
Well, the island's on the outside, so here's Capri.
So I think if we tilt it...
When the red sun sets over Capri, you mean like this?
Like that, yeah. So then we want Bali, Bonaire and Crete, which are all on the same side of the box there.
Okay, so Capri is under the red sun.
Yeah. So
we're going to get colours, right?
Yeah.
Let's zoom out. That's way too close.
Let's zoom out.
So when Capri is under the red sun, we want Bali, which is black.
Yeah.
Bonaire, which is purple.
Pink. Oh, I was going to say pink.
It is pink.
Pink.
And Corsica, did it say?
And of course, and Crete.
Oh, and Crete, which is brown.
Brown.
So we've got...
Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, it must be. I don't know what all the singing and songs are for. That's just to make you feel fun, happy.
Feel festive.
It's weird to put two box-based puzzles right next to each other.
Yeah. So Bali, Bonaire and Crete. But maybe you've just discovered the suns because you've discovered the sunglasses.
Maybe. So it's black, pink, brown.
Black, pink, brown.
Do we have brown? We do have brown.
We do have brown, and we're looking for this diamond just here.
And this presumably is for a later puzzle, then?
Presumably it is.
That seems to match the back of the map, back of the decoder disc.
Pink and brown. Imagine if we solved that so quickly. So it's saying take 28. That feels right.
It does.
And we spotted that on this...
Padlock.
Whatever that is.
It's one of those.
One of them.
Do you not recognise one of those?
It's a soap dish, but a very secure soap dish. Oh, we did it!
That's soap.
Oh, let's have a look. In the harbour of Capri, a fisherman hands you a sardine can.
That's what it is. It's a sardine can. How did you not recognise a sardine can, Laura?
I thought it was a soap dish. My bad. Ian was a good guy.
He was.
He told me that I could hand over the can if someone came and asked for it.
Oh.
Because if anyone managed to make it here, they would have earned it.
We should be in Sardinia.
Sardinia, yeah, that's true actually. The word seems so weighty that you can feel the presence of the jewel.
Ooh,
but when the lock springs open, all you find are clues to the next location. There, you are supposed to meet a diving instructor who is safeguarding a case for the professor. You find riddle cards G and T.
Gin and tonic.
Let's do that.
Take these cards from the stack and look at that. Look this way
no,
up. I can never remember how I've arranged that pack.
So, G and T. Gin and tonic.
Right, I reckon we clearly need this again with the smudges.
Yeah.
But G and T are here, and yes, the singes.
Lovely. All right, let's have a look. Ooh, lots of text, and ooh, some more of these. Okay.
Right.
So, time to hurry off to a nice new place and meet a man about a case. I like it when we break into song. But instead of a lock with a key to fit, you'll be solving a riddle to open it.
I mean, technically, it's not song unless you sing. Discover the world, those words will matter more than other passed around chatter. You can carry on.
No, you started, so you should finish.
And instead of mere guesses or empty threats, please think in terms of coordinates. So follow these steps carefully, shade in things, and then you'll see the picture that will point the way to the goal you need to find today. Enter the code from left to right, and your colourful world helps you see the light.
Hooray! A round of applause.
I'm available for musicals, and small performances, after dinner songs,
weddings,
and you're right,
so
that
on.
sort of thing.
Okay. I didn't take in any of the actual meaning of the words, did you?
It says discover the world around coordinates,
shade things in,
and then you'll see from left to right your colourful world helps you see the light.
Okay, so we have discovered on the back of, there we go, discover the world. We found that on the back of the decoder disc earlier, and we also found let's just zoom out. This is on the back of the map that we had earlier, and we said that this fits quite nicely on there. Can we see all of that?
Yeah, and also it says everything is green on the blue planet. And then we've got green and blue here. Mm-hmm. And also we already observed before there are numbers around the outside here. And finally, put the decoder disc down. That it fits very nicely.
Fits beautifully.
Right.
Actually like that.
So we have these two cards, and no other ones of that sort that we haven't used, have we? No. Time to hurry off to a new place. Instead of I think we just need to tell us bits. Discover the world. So that tells us to take this.
Yeah.
Around coordinates. So we have numbers and letters. So I think that these are letters.
Oh, brilliant. I hadn't even spotted that those were the letters.
O's. They're not zeros, they're O's.
They're O's. So we're just looking for coordinates, aren't we? And then we're going to shade them in.
But where do the numbers come in?
So the numbers are here, aren't they?
Yeah, but where do all the numbers come in?
So
there's 2 7s, for example. So say we were doing C7.
Yeah.
Then where's C?
Maybe only when we find it in the blue or the green.
I was thinking, yes, okay, so I was thinking that this meant we had to find a place to put it where it ended up with it being green.
Oh, yeah, I thought that as well, but it's actually
telling you which globe based on the green and blue here, isn't
exactly.
it? So fine, so C7 here.
On the green planet would be this one.
Well, we can shade that in then,
right?
right?
Shade that in.
Oh.
Great. Hooray. Okay, great. Should we cross that one off because we know we've done that as well?
I'll put a tick.
Don't seem sure. Okay, so on the blue planet we
Let's do the green ones first.
Okay.
04.
04.
Here.
Great.
Was that all of them?
That's all of the green ones.
Does that make a number yet?
Not yet.
Or anything? Quite blue.
Oh my goodness.
The blue world.
Okay,
Right,
shall I read out the blues for you? Okay, so E8
I'll do a hatching.
and V8.
Is that it?
And that's it.
That's a good engine.
Right then, what do we got?
That.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's
Narrowed it down. Are the leftover areas making something?
what I was looking
It
at.
says left to right.
Oh dear.
I thought that the leftover areas were going to give us something. We've covered over. It says Dizer or COV, and we've got TH left as well. This is off the screen, but let's read it again. Discover the world around. I think that's just coordinates. We've done all that. Shade things in, and then you'll see left to right. Colourful world. So I think it is just on this side. It's not relevant to the other side, I don't think. Does it say to shade? It says about being colourful.
When it says
It does say shade things in, and then you'll see.
the picture that will point the way. So enter the code from left to right.
And your colourful world will help you see the light.
But I wonder if that's just pointing us towards... I wonder if the colourful world is just pointing us towards these bits.
So the shading is supposed to give us the numbers.
We've only ever had 2 colours anyway, so it's not necessarily... Because if there were 3 colours, I would think, okay, we're picking out some colours that we can put into the decoder.
Yeah, I mean, the outline of this is not helpful, is it? Oh, it looks a bit like a turtle. Maybe it's a picture of a turtle.
It does look a bit like a turtle.
Maybe there's a picture that matches this on the other side. With some flag colours or something.
Have we used a particular postcard for this? There are turtles on the Galapagos Islands. So
look, it's here. The colourful turtles, left to right. That's it. It's orange, blue, red, isn't it? It's not a number at all.
Okay.
It's your colourful... That's definitely it.
The other thing I was going to say is that the Galapagos Islands have a flag.
Why are you going to the Galapagos Islands? Oh, because it says it on the card.
It says Galapagos Islands.
And there's a turtle picture on it. Okay, well, that's valid.
But yeah,
I think it must be the colourful bit.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's orange, blue, red.
Good idea to outline that.
Yeah,
I was going to say, where's the decoder disc? Here it is. Right, what was the...
Orange, blue, red.
What was the symbol? Here we go, it's here. So
circle.
The circle, so let's put the circle up top. Okay, orange, blue, red. That's asking us to take card 15. Just here. Answer card 15. Come on down. And we've got this...
Thin. What is it?
Briefcase.
Oh, it's a case just on its side, right?
It is a case just on its side. Looks like
2.
it's waterproof. Number 2. Hooray! Good idea to outline that.
Wow. It had to be. Well, we read the cards again and with no other clues, so it had to be that, didn't it? On the beach on one of the Galapagos Islands, and a cabin that, for a change, is not actually abandoned.
Oh, how lovely.
You meet the diving instructor. He extends a yellow diving case towards you.
The professor told me enthusiastic stories of his greatest treasure. When he got excited, he would often speak in German, and I couldn't always understand him.
Well then, let's hope that treasure is in this case. You respond jointly as you enter the code. The case opens, but it seems the professor wanted to keep you waiting a little longer.
Disappointing.
He's a tease, isn't he?
Yeah, he totally is.
Inside, you find clues about a blue suitcase in Sydney. Just think how many air miles he racked up.
Carbon footprint.
Creating this in the first place, and then that's I know. You find riddle cards E and R for Elizabeth Rains. Take these cards from the stack and look at them. You also find a sheet of stickers. Oh, they're stickers. Take that as well. They're going to be stuck on the map, haven't they? Oh, no,
look,
maybe they're stuck on the gats.
The stickers are the outlines.
Yeah,
oh, look,
Take riddle cards E and R. We got excited, as you can see.
It was a wombat. I'm absolutely thrilled that I can recognise the outline of a wombat from a great distance.
I've seen wombats.
Have you?
Yeah, I went to a field of wombats. It is a competition. I went to a field of wombats when I was in Australia.
Right,
and
I'm going to get rid of these.
E and R. And it was beautiful.
E and
Do you know
R.
what wombats are famous for? They go in a straight line, even if there's something in the way. So like there can be a fence here, and wombat here, and once it goes to here, it will tunnel under the fence rather than go around it.
Oh, right.
So I read.
I thought they were most famous for having cubed-shaped poo.
Well, that as well.
You can Google that later if you like. Okay.
Right, translation table from German to English. Okay.
Oh.
Ausgeizendrecht. That's definitely right.
Oh, I thought you were reading this out, and I was thinking you've just made something up there, but that is German for excellent.
You got me some new stickers for my suitcase. Of course, I'll look through all my stuff one more time to find a few nice spots for them. Okay, so I'm thinking this is referring to the singes, right? Still thinking about the layout that I should use to stick them on. I'm thinking of some sort of picture grid. I want to be thorough, no half measures. Everything well accounted for and in the black, but of course totally colourful too. Oh my god, there's so many italics here. Sure, all according to personal taste and a matter of perspective and so on. Code, medium, long, short, only moly.
Love this. Okay, let's find all the singed bits.
And we have a German
We
translation
do have that as well.
Okay, singed bits.
Let's find all the singed bits, and then we'll put the stickers on. Oh, I'm so thrilled. We never get stickers.
You like stickers, Laura?
Is that coming across? I was trying to play it cool.
I feel it.
And we've got so many bits of singed paper.
Singed.
Singed. It's just us not being able to read.
What stickers have we got? A crocodile or alligator or caiman or something? A native-looking boomerang, a picture of Australia. Sydney Opera House. Oh, they're all Australian. They're all Australian. How did I not notice that?
I don't know.
A warning sign for kangaroos. Warning, evil kangaroos.
Duck-billed platypus.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Do you know they're monotremes, aren't they? They lay eggs and they have poison glands in the back.
Oh yeah,
they're
really
Can't see
peculiar,
what I'm
aren't
pointing.
they? And there's something else about them that's unusual.
You only get them in Australia.
They
lay eggs.
That's true. Maybe it was the eggs.
I think the male carries the egg, if I remember correctly.
Is that true?
No, I don't know. I think it is true. Yes, I saw them in the wild as well. This is not one-upmanship Australian.
You win. I've never been to Australia, so although I feel like I'm there right now with this awesome sticker set. Right, I've started without permission, just matching some of these.
Oh, I was forgetting we had a puzzle to do. I was just chit-chatting. They're going to form a long line. We have to form them into a line and map. Then we have to.
Because we're gonna stick them together. We're gonna stick the stickers on top of it.
Well, let's do that first.
Okay. I can't believe you've done the first sticker. Wow.
Sorry, did I deny you?
Clearly expressed how much I want to do all the stickers, but that's fine. I want to do this. Thank you. Thank you. Right, I'm going to start with this boomerang. Right, the one bum. There we go.
They definitely go together, yeah.
Can I stick it?
You can.
Stick the sticker.
It's a crocodile.
It is a crocodile.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
it says
not.
something about perspective, so I think we're going to be...
What's that?
That is, I think, a kangaroo. We're going for the shape of the outline of the sticker, not the shape of the animal.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you. And I think he fits there like that. I'm having a great time. Don't mind me. Sticky, sticky. Did I not early doors say that looked like an outline of Australia?
You did. Oh, I did. I just did.
It was me.
There's video evidence.
Absolutely me.
There's no disputing it.
Rewind and find that.
Okay.
I'm going to put a timestamp in the description. Would you like to do some stickers? It's possible that I've hogged.
I love stickers.
I've hogged.
You know how I talked about I saved my stickers as a child at the start? Why were we talking about that? Was that during the video or was that before we started recording?
I don't know.
I don't know. I used to save stickers and stuff when I was a kid and never use them, so I never wanted to waste them, and as a result they'd never get used. Right.
There we go.
So we've got this big thing.
Right.
That I will wave in the air. It looks like this.
It's absolutely seamless, and it's a work of art.
And it does look a bit like it could fold up to make a net or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Does it fold up? Where are the instructions? Well, also we haven't opened this. Maybe that's what you find at the end of the game.
Do not open this until the game tells you to.
All these. We also haven't opened these strange objects.
We've still got more.
Do you know we've been recording
for
for ages as well?
We have. Right. We did have a card. Oh, it must be one of these.
Oh.
And we've used our translation table.
We haven't used it. So there is a translation table here, and we haven't used it. And here's the card we started with. No, not that one. Which card did we have?
Which card did we just have?
Here.
Oh, yeah.
So in italics on this card, we have German. Okay, so we've got the German card down the bottom. So German must come in here somewhere. And I'm thinking that because the game is originally written in German, what this really translates to is we can't make this puzzle work in English. We're going to give up and give you a German translation table. But I don't know how the puzzle works yet, so I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
But don't you think that it probably was too hard for them to translate and they gave up and just thought, whatever, we've done like 25 of these games before translating everything, no one will care if we don't bother
I
on this
don't think
one.
that's the case at all. I bet they put absolutely loads of time and thought into it. I'm not joking. It must be so difficult to translate these. It's absolutely wild.
I was being funny, really.
Sorry, and I was being serious.
German stickers through all my stuff one more time. So, okay, we've done that. We know there's a German translation. We'll come back to that. Stickers we've done through all my stuff. That means take back all the cards, doesn't it?
Stick them on.
Layout. So this is the layout we've created by putting them together. Stick them on. We've done that. Picture grid. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's referring to the pictures. Are they the ones on the map, aren't they? Not necessarily all of them. No, there's no wombat on none of them.
These are all from Australia.
They're all from Australia. What am I talking about?
Never mind.
Okay, good thought though.
I want to be thorough. No half measure. So I'm presuming that means stick the stickers across the
stick across the
halves.
joints, yes.
Everything accounted for, and in the black.
We've done the black.
Which we've done.
But of course, totally colourful. That must mean put the sticker on. And then it's a matter of perspective. Medium, long, short. Where does the German come in? Oh. The German just gives us translations of colours, right?
Yeah.
Grün, Rot, Rosa, Weiß, Gelb, Blau, Brown, Schwarz, Lila,
Whoa.
Orange.
Whoa.
I can feel a revelation coming on.
I might be wrong, but...
Oh, it's spelling German on the back!
Check that out. That is awesome.
What?
That is as big as it goes. But, so we've got Rot, which is
red. Gruen, which is green. Blau, which is blue.
Wow.
That's amazing. So,
I love that.
let me just change back to this view. Here. So
that is awesome.
I can see why they didn't bother translating that. And I do think it is they didn't bother translating it. It makes it too complicated. But there we go.
That's incredible.
So it said medium. What were the things? I can actually see this, so you can't.
Yeah.
And it says medium, long, short. So the medium is blue, the long is green, and the short is red.
Blue, green, red. I think that is my favourite puzzle that they've done. Not just because it involved stickers, although that did help.
I think that may be the first time we used letters on the back. It has to mean words.
That is awesome, to spell something out.
Yeah.
Oh, they've always got so many good ideas. What's the symbol?
That's true. They always do have so many ideas. Yeah. It's amazing, really. So
honestly,
many games.
we
so
are
much.
such fans of the X of the Game games.
Got to say it.
What did we say? So we said
blue,
medium, long,
green,
short.
red. Yeah.
Blue. Yeah. Blue, green, red, and it says take card 13.
Do you know what? Maybe those colours may have been visible as I held it up on the camera before. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And it is on the
this blue box here.
Purple.
Oh.
Oh wow! Bluey purple. 25.
Indigo.
Split the difference.
We'll call it indigo. Nice. This must be our last puzzle, I think, because we've got 2 riddle cards left. I think. Oh, I spoke too soon. We've not even been told to take them yet. You find Professor Jonason's blue suitcase.
Oh, it was blue.
In a locker in the main Sydney train station. I knew it. It's much bigger than expected. A trunk would be a more apt description. The diving instructor wrote down the locker number for you before you set off your voyage across the Pacific. With bated breath, you open the case. The first thing you find is a small letter. Take the letter and open it.
Yes.
So, very exciting. Dun, dun, dun.
Does that unfold again? Okay, it does. Oh my god, there is a lot of text. I mean, you take riddle card. So let's just zoom out so we can get the sentence list. We won't read all of this on camera, but we've got to take S and V. It says at the bottom. We'll read the letter and then summarise it. But it says at the bottom, you may now take riddle cards. You may now take riddle cards S and V, the 2 strange strips, and the balloon. So let's come into this. We've got the balloon. We've got. This is elastic bandage. We've got. Oh my golly!
Oh my goodness!
This is quite long. As
this
you can
is
see.
so elaborate.
Excuse me, Laura. So these strips are printed with numbers on one side. They're all the same length, and then they've got letters on the other side which vary in English. Sunset Path, the Koi Pond. Singed notes, flight routes.
Ooh. These are all sort of names of puzzles.
And they've got colours of the letters. Lady of New York, map. Yeah, it's going back through the game, and maybe it's a map as well because we did travel around the world, didn't we? Maybe we need to plot our route. Green and blue, see the pyramids, and then
we're gonna have to remember what order we did them in. Oh my goodness!
There are also press out circles and arrows.
Yeah, and these are 2 strips as well.
Different circles and arrows here. Oh my golly!
Oh my
and there's
goodness.
Circles on the back, which makes me think that probably there's some sort of maybe. I don't know. Folding through? I don't know.
Love this.
And this long letter.
Right, we're going to have a read of this and then we will come back to you.
Right, well, we've read this story. It's a bit of a twist in the tale. It turns out the gem you're looking for is Gemma, his daughter, who he didn't know he had until recently, and his the mother that she was born from is not his wife, who he didn't trust, and she was always grabbing his stuff, and so he created this trail to hide the stuff from her. So we got to find Gemma. The treasure, by the way, is named Gemma. She's my daughter. I met her mother. It tells us a story about how he only found out who was a father shortly after the mother died from a letter she sent.
So presumably he's hoping that everything of his will go to Gemma and not...
Yes, that's right. He's hidden his inheritance from his wife, Diana, because she was always siphoning off of me in life. I had no question she would do the same upon my passing. She was never interested in riddles, and she would never be able to decipher my clues.
She did give off that impression when we first met her. So... The crux of the puzzle seems to be that his final journey was meant to be undertaken by a hot air balloon, and that we are going to recreate that now.
Ah, yes. Yeah, so where does it say it?
So let's go over that particular passage, which I think is up here.
In my suitcase, you will find that folded up hot air balloon. That's clearly this. Does it have anything printed on it? I thought maybe it would have symbols that would move, but no. We have to stick the bars over it, maybe.
Yeah.
If you can decipher the code, the balloon will take you safely to your destination, and it is there you will find my treasure.
Aww.
Okay, so I think what we infer from this letter is that we're going to blow up the balloon, and then we're going to fasten these around it to make strapping around a hot air balloon in some way.
That will reveal something. I will say now that is not perforated, and I will say that we haven't turned over riddle cards S or V yet.
Oh, yeah, and look, they're not separated. I was about to tear these into strips.
That's what I was just going to say. They're not perforated.
Don't do that.
So it's perforated down the middle, so we can separate them into two strips lengthways.
And there were the holes to push out. We haven't taken the riddle cards.
We haven't taken the riddle cards yet.
S and V, the last two.
Let's have a look.
Oh my goodness.
More text.
Very small text. Hello and welcome to Read and Text. Now take the balloon and off you soar to find the jewel you're looking for. But please carefully follow all of this, and there is a lot of it.
Wow.
Then enter the code into the disc. 1.
The white sides are what you should see. Then look at arrows and slit subsequently.
2.
Push the arrow into the slit and find the pink circle in the middle of it.
3.
The round punched holes at the very end will help line things up, and then the lighter sides are what will hide, and just darker sides will show outside.
4.
Next, from inside it will be your goal, I've lost the rhyme scheme, to guide the empty balloon's neck out through the hole.
5.
Blowing up the balloon is the next thing I'll mention, with crossing strips holding tightly in tension. And to not lose the air, you've quickly got to close the neck with a nice tight knot.
And in at 6.
Under good lighting, no time to wait, you'll read the numbers 1 through 8. Always look in and through the other side and keep your eyes open real wide. Dividing black bars are the special sauce. Help you focus on what's horizontally across.
Which rhymes really well with sauce.
Up is up and down is down, and soon the code is quickly found. Well, there you go.
Right, so we're going to hand over to Laura to show what this is.
Start that one.
And then, honestly, how many lines are there? 4, 6,
There's 6
8,
different
12,
instructions.
14, oh my god,
But they
16,
are step by step.
There are 24 lines of text there, which is a lot to follow.
And the other,
particularly when you've just spent like hundreds of hours solving the rest of the game.
Yeah, the correct 3-digit code will lead you to your goal.
Now that's the length of text I like when I ride upon my bike.
Wow.
There's like other desperate rhymes that really end up as wordy crimes.
Right, I'm going to respectfully start.
You don't want to hear my rapping words because they're full of...
Did you...
Sorry, I'll be quiet now.
I just wondered how you were going to end that. So I'm just separating these. I'm very glad you didn't separate them into smaller bits.
Oh yeah, that would be a disaster.
Been a bit of a shocker. Right, so...
The white sides are what you should see. Then look at arrows and slits subsequently. We're going to push all the holes out. Here, I'll do one, you do the other.
Okay.
Do they both have a slit in the middle?
No.
Just one of them?
I think we want to do... There.
Yeah, okay, I agree. That's not on screen.
Oh, sorry.
So we're putting the pink arrow through the slit. So this is step 2. Push the arrow into the slit and find the pink circle in the middle of it. Right, okay. So we're crossing the two things together like that.
There we go.
That's step 2. 3. The round punched holes at the very end will help to line things up. Okay. And then the lighter sides are what will hide and just darker sides will show outside.
Okay, so I think we're lining these up. We're going to blow the balloon through here.
Oh.
Then once it expands big enough... So I've lined those up.
Next from inside it will be your goal to guide the empty balloon's neck out through the hole.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and then one of us is going to blow this up.
Okay, this is not as complex as it sounded. Blowing up the balloon is the next thing I'll mention, with crossing strips holding tightly in tension.
Okay.
And to not lose the air, you've quickly got to close the neck with a nice tight knot.
Right. Okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's awesome. You can actually see through the balloon. There we go.
So there we go. It's a hot air balloon. Isn't that funky?
That is awesome. I love that.
Okay, and now what was the next step? Let's have a look back
Let's
at the
have a
cards
look.
again.
Right.
Under good lighting, no time to wait, you'll read the numbers 1 through 8. Always look in through to the other side and keep your eyes open real wide. Dividing black bars are the special sauce to help you focus on what's horizontally across. Up is up and down is down, and soon the code is quickly found.
So I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's possible that you can't because of all the reflections, but in real life you can see through the balloon to darker letters on the other side.
Yes, you can see the letters that are on the back of the strips through the balloon. You can just see that white strip there. I'll try and insert some shots afterwards on my iPhone.
So you can only see presumably what are the darker letters and not any of the lighter letters.
Yeah, because the red is cutting out all the red letters for a start.
Yeah.
So it's acting like a shield.
So...
A filter. Opposite 1 we have FIR.
Then
2 we have
S and T.
S.
First. Okay, that feels...
And then the TH. We have TH. Not there. We have STTH.
Oh, I didn't even spot the TH at the bottom.
Yeah. And then there's a 3.
3. So REEN.
Oh, yeah. And then
First
N.
3 N.
I'm putting the gaps in my... And then a U at the bottom.
Oh, wow.
And then... That's number 4, right?
4. UNBER.
First 3 number
S I N
in T. First 3 numbers in.
Or maybe
that was 5.
That was 5, so we want 6. This is great.
The PO
in the post code.
6. Oh yeah, fine. 7.
Is it
ST post? I've gone M.
Post.
Semi postmark. It's going to say.
Oh yeah, okay.
Probably 1 word, but I've gone on to another line.
And then 8 is
ARK.
ARK.
First 3 numbers in the postmark. That's very bright. And we're referring to the postcards. All the postcards have the same postmark, right? 516. They all have 51643.
Oh, is that what a postmark is?
I'd say a postmark was this. Oh, that is the postmark here, right? But it's also 537. Oh, it's 537. Yeah, no, you're right. That's the postmark, isn't it? 537. I'm an idiot.
But is it different? You're not necessarily an idiot. Is it different on all of them?
Ooh.
Because the postmark's obviously going to come from different places, isn't it? Is that a postmark?
No, it's not. A postmark is this.
You think it's that?
Yeah, I'm just talking nonsense. And there's the only one with a
with a postmark.
It's a good thing we picked that one first, because otherwise I would absolutely have tried. Just assumed it meant the zip code, postcode typed in.
And do we know what
symbol it is?
Yeah, it's the hexagon, which is on our final lot box. Okay, so we've got hexagon and we're going with 537.
Yes, we've used all our cards now and all the bits of paper and everything, so this must be the last puzzle.
Okay, 11.
11.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
I've had so much fun with this one.
Right.
And it's this big locked one at the top. 26.
He really didn't want to give his money to his wife. But to be honest, he must have spent all of it making this puzzle. There we go.
Success! Stop the timer. We actually weren't timing this, which is probably good because it's been a long one.
About 54 hours or something. The balloon did in fact act as a red filter. Well, we know that. Revealing only those letters that led you to the final code. The balloon settles down gently near an excavation site.
Oh, how lovely! From a distance, in the shadow of a pavilion, you can see a man kneeling on the ground. All of a sudden, he jumps up, extends his arms to the heavens, and calls out ecstatically to someone named Miss Milestone.
From a tent a little farther away, a young woman peeks her head out and replies, "Nick, what's going on?"
Look at what I just uncovered. This could be the blade of a stone axe, thousands of years old. If you ask me, we should keep digging right here.
You reach the pavilion at the same time as the young archaeologist. Somewhat surprised, she looks at you with a friendly expression. You smile back and ask politely,
Gemma?
You may carefully remove the 9 stickers from the cards and keep them as souvenirs.
Thank you.
That's very kind of
We're
you.
gonna.
No,
Wow.
You can do it.
I'm gonna.
Right, well, there we go. We did it eventually.
Oh.
That was, I think, this long, apart from the catacombs one that we haven't done, which is, I think, basically two extremes almost in a row.
Yeah, that's 2 in 1, isn't it?
Almost, essentially. I think that is the longest exit room I have done. And, I mean, we did end up with some nice props, like this hot air balloon and stuff. It doesn't fly very well, unless, hot air balloons. It lands really nicely.
I absolutely loved using the letters the letters on the back of the riddle cards to spell out words.
I thought we were going to do more with this map.
I thought we were going to do more with the map as well.
I have to admit, we didn't seem to use the map very... Oh, hello. We didn't seem to use the map very much, really. But, we used it on one puzzle, is that right?
We used it on one puzzle.
I thought it was going to be used multiple times.
That
I was wrong.
hot air balloon puzzle. Inspired.
Lots of writing in this one.
Lots of writing. But I don't really mind lots of writing. And I think that was just trying to get us to follow those instructions, which were much simpler than we first thought. We were a bit concerned about how much text there was. But actually the instructions for putting the balloon together was...
But they're actually straightforward. We've actually followed them.
It was quite simple.
Yeah, they were much easier. In fact, probably the reason there was so much text was because they were simple to follow.
Yeah, maybe.
Explicit. Because you can't mess that puzzle up, really, can you? And it's a good thing I did not cut these strips into pieces like I was about to.
Oh my goodness, we'd have
'cause that
completely
was, I don't
failed
mind,
there.
just take them back together,
It was
don't mind.
very close, guys. It was very dicey.
There was that one puzzle we got stuck on with the water lilies and stuff, and
Yeah.
this symbol here, which I mean, I don't think it's actually that hard to do. We went off on, we took some red herrings and followed them a long way.
Followed them to the end of the pond, and it was the wrong pond.
And we got stuck in the filter, and the sluice gate closed on us. I think this metaphor's gone a bit far.
It absolutely has. I don't know where we are. So I think that is the best one that we've done.
What do you think?
I think that's my favourite.
I mean, I think they are all good. I can't tell you which is my favourite. I wouldn't criticise it really in any significant way. It took us a very long time, longer than any of the other ones we've solved. I don't know how much I'll cut this video down when I edit it, but it's taken us basically 2 hours to solve, hasn't it?
It pretty much has. And it didn't, but that didn't feel like, I know there were a couple that we got really stuck on, but it felt like there was a lot to work out and to read. But I think because of the amount, because we didn't have a book, which was quite unusual, we had the different postcards, it delineated what puzzles we were doing quite well. I gotta say, I think that's my favourite one of all the ones that we've done.
Well, there we go. You heard it here first. If you've got your own thoughts and comments, do please click somewhere down below and write a comment on the YouTube website. We love reading your comments. It's really fun. Let us know how you thought we did. Well, maybe not that, because we were very slow. But let us know how you felt you did watch it along, whether you enjoyed it as well, whether you had noticed some things that we missed. But do also please like the video if you can, and subscribe if you have an account, or create one if you don't. Because we need to collect loads of subscribers, don't we?
We do.
I mean, we don't really.
Like stickers.
There we go. I reckon that's all we've got time for in this video, which has already been long enough. But if you'd like to watch some more, then click some of the links that will appear at the end or down below this video in the description, which will take you to some of our other solves of other escape room games, and also some of my Christmas advent calendar solves, of which there are a lot.
Yeah, they're good and very festive.
Oh, thank you. Well, there we go. Until the next one of these videos, all it remains is for me to say goodbye. Goodbye.
And for me to say goodbye. Bye!